All right, shalom to the nation of Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Padash. And again, double honors to the elders and apostles, the great men, so who's teaching us truth and sincerity, also who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect that scattered four corners of the earth, which are you so-called Negroes, you so-called Latino Hispanics, and so-called Native American Indians. You are the Lord's chosen people. Okay? So this lesson I want to touch on is about adultery, and being in our law that we shouldn't commit, man, because we look at the vibration that the world really pushes, and it's always trying to one up the next man, especially our brothers, man, and that's also a curse. In another lesson I will touch on, but you're not supposed to mess with another man's woman, because that is adultery, man. Now, we have examples, like I said, in the book of Deuteronomy, Leviticus, Samuel, and also when it came to even King Solomon, man, where he fell short by getting into the fornications, which is spiritual idolatry of these other nations, man. And that's why he had to pay his Yahweh Shai, because Solomon didn't pay. Yahweh Shai did. All right? But we're not supposed to be, laying with another man's wife, okay? So the book that I want to grab out is Deuteronomy chapter 22, and let's start. It's all good, but basically 22, and I'm at the point believe is in the 28th verse. Let's start at 22 and 22. And it says, if a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband, then they shall both of them die. Both the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shall thou put away evil from Israel. Slakia. I'll read that again. This is Deuteronomy chapter 22. In 22, it says, if any man be found laying with a woman married to a husband, then they shall both of them die. Both the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shall be put away evil from Israel. So we're not supposed to be committing adultery, man. Like I said, if you see another woman that's married, you're not supposed to mess with her. You're not supposed to defile her. Honestly, you're not even supposed to be lusting over her or coveting her, envying her. That belongs to another man. And like I said, that's why Solomon had to pay, man. Even though he wasn't performing, adultery, he was getting into spiritual idolatry, fornication. That shows that he was, let's put it like this in the world, how the world will understand it. His beliefs he was believing in certain other things instead of the Heavenly Father. Because the Lord doesn't need a woman. So, like I said, you basically cheating on the Lord by getting into other idolatries. Like, for example, I give you all this wisdom, I gave you the truth, but yeah, you're going to lead towards Buddhism. You're going to lead towards, the Quran. All these other philosophies, That's basically how, spiritual idolatry, man. Fornication. And there's like tons of examples, because that's in our law. We're not supposed to transgress against a man. And that just shows, because like I said, man, Eve really kind of did start all these issues for us. Because we know, like I said, being an Israelite, even a man, we love women, man. But you see all the problems start, just trying to please, these so-called products of our environment. All right? So I'm going to get a precept. This is the book of Leviticus 20 and 10. And it says, and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. Yeah, and that was an example that we need to actually follow today. Because we spent, like, in these times, Jake, these 2/3, these heathens, they love to one up, trying to be like, yeah, I bet you I could take that man's chick, or let me buy that chick out, even though that she has a man already, man. Always trying to be like, oh, can we be friends? No, man. And that's why, like I said, when that stuff happens, you will be put to death, man, because you're not supposed to like envy, and it does say, so like it's not in this verse, but the adulterers and adulterers shall surely be put to death, man, because you should know better, man. You know, you don't come across you like I said, man. Stop thinking with the head downstairs, man. You gotta be thinking up here. You can't have everything that you want. I was waiting for the kingdom, man. And that's why we go through all this stuff. Like I said, you look at Samuel, and actually I should have grabbed that one too. You saw the examples of what Samuel had to go through for messing with another woman's wife. All right. And this is the book of Samuel, chapter 12. Salakia. Let me get it. Want to jump? This is Samuel 11, 2 Samuel chapter 11, and we'll start at the second verse. And it says, "And it came to pass in evening tide that David arose off his bed and walked on the roof of the king's house, and from the roof he saw a woman and washing herself, and the woman was very beautiful to look upon." All right, so right there he was lusting. He was like, "Look, damn, that chick over there is fine as hell. Like, keep looking." And it says, and David sent and inquired after the woman, and one said, "Is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of the Elam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite?" And David sent a messenger and took her, and she came unto him and laid with her, for she was purified from the uncleanliness, and she returned unto the house. So he laid with that woman, man. They had sex. And the woman conceived and sent and told David and said, "I am with child." All right. So, like I said, now this is an example. This is not a commandment, but this is also an example because, like I said, the Lord gives you examples of what's been going on. And it says, now we're going to jump down to the 26th verse of 2 Samuel 11 chapter. And it says, "And when the wife of Uriah heard that Uriah, her husband, was dead, she mourned for her husband." She was a married woman, and she laid, Samuel. And it says, "And when the morning was past, David sent." I'm sorry, Salakia. Not Samuel, but David. I'm Salakia. And it says, "And when the morning was past, David sent and fetched her to the house, and she became his wife." All right. So now, like I said, he took her he took her as her own, and bare him a son. But the things that David has done displeased the Lord, even though, like I said, she was already a woman that was clean to a man. But David went, was lusting over her, coveting her. Put Shalakia. I always see this. Put Uriah in the front of the field of war. Get him killed just to take another man's wife. And like I said, in the ending of that verse, it says, what David has done displeased the Lord. Now, necessarily, he didn't, die like that. But the Lord was like, okay, all right, I'll have mercy on you, but you're still going to feel that pain, man. And like I said, when you read further in the chapter, you know, it gets into, David's son dying, you know. And not even the servants knew, like, they were keeping under their breath, like, oh man, you heard about, David's son, you know. He had to pay, you know. So that's why we shouldn't, like I said, the Lord has mercies on us, but like I said, all sins are equal to death. But you have to understand, like, no sins are not going to go unpunished. And that's our thing. Like I said, we don't look at another man's woman. We keep our eyes off. You're not even supposed to think of another man's woman. If she's single, okay, yeah, do you, make way. But like I said, when you look at all the problems that we go through, we always, fight over a woman, man, and we're not supposed to. We're supposed to just keep our hands to ourselves, not covenant, not be jealous or envying thy brother and what they have, man. All right? But Lord willing, I hope this video was edifying. Again, I'm going to give honor, glory, and praise due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash. And again, double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who's teaching us truth and sincerity. Also, who rule well. Salaki Asaki. We want to give double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who's teaching us truth and sincerity. Also, who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect that scattered four corners of the earth. When this one close out, say shalom and on to the next video.